This could be painful. I'm slightly nervous about this video. We're going to be discussing Erling Haaland, but before we get into it, I have to let you know that we are inching on this channel ever closer to the 200,000 subscriber mark. It would be an honour to welcome you into this community. If you would click subscribe now, I will be over the moon. I now have to introduce a gloating, smug-looking Ade Oladipo. Feeling good?
No, it's more just I told you so. But look, I mean, we all can be right and wrong sometimes. On this subject, you are very, very clearly wrong. I told you I was wrong, a few months ago, but it is what it is, Mr. Jennings.
So if you are unaware of why Mr. Oladipo is looking so smug, the reason is because he backed Erling Haaland. He said that Erling Haaland, I think the term that Ade used in early July was an animal. He's going to be an animal. And as things stand so far, you're looking correct. Am I wrong? Am I officially wrong? Because I said I think Erling Haaland won't adapt to the league as easily as everyone thinks.
What did you say goals-wise again?
I said 15. I said 15, and he is currently on 6.
Did you say 15 before December? Was that what it was?
I said 15,
okay.
And he is currently on 6. I also said Gabriel Jesus will score more than him. I said that he will struggle to adapt to a Pep Guardiola system. I said that playing in the Premier League is very difficult. Transferable skills from the Bundesliga to the Premier League is difficult. And I wonder, if we explore each of them, does he definitely hit more than 15?
Absolutely. That's a banger. He'll score that.
That one I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree. I don't know why. See, do you know where I was convinced that it was going to be more difficult for him? When you look at the recruits from the Bundesliga over recent years, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Jadon Sancho to a degree, is it fair to put him in that same bracket?
Yeah, he's in that.
Playing in the Bundesliga and looking like an exemplary footballer in the Bundesliga is one thing, and it is very impressive. But it doesn't necessarily translate to Premier League form. And I thought that Erling Haaland was going to suffer a similar fate.
You know what the difference was? And the names you just mentioned there. So Jadon Sancho's coming over to a poor United squad. Young kid. It's going to be difficult for him to shine, I think, in that squad. I think anyone jumping in. Honestly, I'm not joking. Anyone jumping into that squad's going to be difficult. Even when they were signed, Kai Havertz and Timo Werner were coming into not the best Chelsea squad. Haaland's coming into a skitty squad that gets 97 points a season.
You see, I thought
that scores 100 plus
harder,
goals.
Addy. Nah. That can make life more difficult. You know, when you have to slot into a side that are champions, you have to adapt your game to them. Playing for a brilliant team, while it has its benefits, of course it does, it also can be difficult. I mean, Romelu Lukaku is an example of this. Romelu Lukaku signed for Chelsea, and Chelsea were European champions. Therefore, Romelu Lukaku didn't have a team built around him. He had to be deferential to Chelsea. Chelsea were European champions. He was a Serie A winner.
At Chelsea doesn't have the kind of ball-playing players. Like Mount's good. Mount could be a Man City type player. Drop a shoulder, give it. They've got at least 5 of those. So they're literally putting the balls on the plate. They're literally saying, I remember me and used to joke saying Danny Ings would score 20 for them.
Yeah.
Because literally they are putting the balls across the goal, and you just have to be there. But his last goal on the weekend showed me that he's more than that. Showed me that he could do it in the Premier League. Held off, strength, bit of pace, bang.
Yeah, the nature of that performance.
Right.
The nature of that performance was significant. He is an archetypal centre forward, isn't he? He's kind of got everything that you need to play that role as well as you can. So let's just explore. So what I said was, I think I always acknowledged that I acknowledged he scored 15. So I was always aware that he was a decent player. But the reason that I said flop was because of the standards. I'm not talking about flopping at Southampton. I'm not talking about flopping even at Chelsea, who have a history of players not being as good as we hoped in that position. I'm just talking about the standard that we set. So I said he'd score 15 and score less than Gabriel Jesus, for example, which now looks really bold and really unlikely. But in terms of what constitutes a flop at Man City, you're looking at what does he need to achieve there?
He, in terms of his own personal tally, like goal tally.
I'd say team tally, personal tally.
Team tally, the league, maybe a double. I don't think it's necessarily he has to win the Champions League.
Champions
League isn't that easy. It's a difficult thing to win that. Very, very difficult. They'll get deep in it, and he could be the difference, right? I think he will be the difference. In a big game, he's a nightmare for defenders. Like you say, I mean, I think we've only seen it now over 4 games in the Premier League. He's bigger than you. He's stronger than you. He's faster than you. And
he wants it more than you as well. His game.
Was it his second or first goal on the weekend where it looks like he's just waiting in the box? I think John Stones has a sort of a mishit and he's there. So he's got that awareness around the box, almost that Michael Owen, like the ball's going to drop, I'm going to be there. He's got everything. He's got everything. And for Pep to say, okay, I believe in him so much, I'm going to allow Jesus and Sterling to go, who get me 40 goals combined or 30, 35 plus. They can go. They've been watching this guy for 12 months. Like, he's going to be the missing piece of the puzzle. Ferran Torres, you can go. It's okay. Aguero, time's up. Fine. Sterling, get out. Him.
Yeah.
That's why I believe in him, because Pep believes in him. It's almost about like the Klopp thing.
And they even potentially sacrificed the league by not signing Kane that year. They kind of went, we'd like Kane. Kane's really good, but we'll swallow it and we'll potentially go into a season without a stereotypical centre forward.
Yeah.
All in order to
get him. All in order to get him. And yes, look, he still has to adapt his game. He does, right? Because again, those players that you mentioned that they've got very tricky, intricate. He's not that. You know, he's not Foden, he's not Bernardo Silva, he's not Gundogan, he's not Kevin. He doesn't play like that. But maybe that's a bit. What do they need? Yeah. Maybe it's all too intricate. Yeah. Maybe it's always a bit too all nice. And remember Arsenal? Yeah. Remember years ago, Arsenal, Fabregas and all that. It was all nice and neat. Yeah. Someone put in.
I always used to think that about Santi Cazorla. Like, fantastic. Like, beautiful feet.
Oh.
Beautiful feet. The way he'd interchange the ball between left and right and nutmeg and beat a man and drop a shoulder. But they sort of needed somebody who just went. Do you know who they needed at the time? Diego Costa.
Bang.
Give me the ball and let me stick it in. Yeah.
Enough of this nonsense. Yeah. Remember they had like Riziki.
Yeah.
They had all those kind of players.
Beautiful footballers.
Beautiful. That's what City is. City's like that 2.0, right? Because they're a lot better. And they've just said, okay, we need a brute force. And maybe City last season without him, look, it's all hindsight. 2-0 down at Palace, could have been 3, should have been 3-0. Maybe they don't come back from that. Maybe they don't. But this time he was like, I'll do it.
Also, that in terms of like the compliments I have to put on his name here, you know, scoring the way that he did, his team were 2-1 down, and they really needed him. Off the back of dropping points the previous week at St James's Park, off the back of, news must have been filtering in that Liverpool were 9-0 up. Like, they must have been aware of that, and Liverpool, I think they still see as their challenger. I think they were thinking, we can't drop points 2 games in a row, particularly at home to Palace, it's not ideal. And it was Haaland who went, okay, we're 2-1 down. Leave it to me. Yeah. And that's what he's meant to do, isn't it?
100%. There are some strikers, and look, it is what it is when it comes to goals, but there are some strikers who are getting you the 4th and 5th goal of the game. So it looks like their tally at the end of the season is amazing. Yeah. But look, when did the goals come out? When we're 3-0 up at home to Bournemouth?
They're called stat padders on the
internet.
Stat
padders. There you go. He's not stat padding.
No.
He's getting you the crucial goals. And he's going to be the difference. So, look, I'm happy you've ate your humble pie.
I don't know if I had just one more question for you. Just one more question before I do. So, I think it's very important to acknowledge that I did say he would be all right. 15 isn't a meagre sum.
It is for him.
But 15 in your debut season in the Premier League is an acknowledgement that it's a good footballer, obviously.
Bear in mind, Luis Suarez, Mo Salah got like 44 in his first.
But nobody predicted. That doesn't change the fact that 15 is still really good. In my opinion, 15
not
on a
Haaland.
Debut season.
Not for Haaland. Not for Haaland. Not for a team that score 100 goals a season. It's not enough. It's not good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, you are looking at one of the best. Not even the best strikers. Again, let's not forget, 12 months ago, people were saying Haaland, Mbappe. You're looking at one of the best players in the world. Everyone expects this guy to get a couple Ballon d'Ors. That's who you're looking at. Yeah, so 15 ain't enough for him.
So 15, maybe I was stingy. There's 3 things to explore here. 15, was it too light? And okay, I will swallow that one. I got it wrong. He will hit 15. And I apologise. The second thing is, what I found very frustrating was people's disregard to Salah and Kane, really, with a gentle homage to Heung-min Son, who hasn't played well this season, by the way. But I felt like we were being really sneery towards Harry Kane, who is sort of amazing. You know, he's now touching Wayne Rooney's record. And Mohamed Salah, who has been probably the most consistent footballer in the world over the past 6 years.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I found it I kept talking about the establishment. Everyone was always on my case because of the term I kept using. But I was like, you know, the establishment, these boys that have been doing it for half a decade, stop stop being disrespectful to them. Stop just giving the golden boot to Erling Haaland. I still feel like he won't win the golden boot. Or do you think I have to swallow that one as well?
No, that one certainly not. I mean, if you're asking me now, obviously as a Liverpool hat on, I'm going to say Salah, and look, Kane started the season very, very well. The only difference, I guess, with those two in particular is that I guess when Richarlison came in, you're thinking, okay, Kane might have to share the goals now with Son and Richarlison, so that might make his sort of tally a bit less. Salah might play a bit different because Mane's left, so his tally might be a bit shared with Núñez and Diaz. Haaland's literally doing it himself.
Yeah.
And Mahrez will get the goals. Foden will get a few, but
yeah, they've actually got rid of goal scorers.
They've got rid of goal scorers.
Yeah, they've parted the ways, haven't they?
They've said, okay, guys that get us goals
Sterling
normally,
gone. Off you go, son.
on you now.
Yeah.
On you.
Okay.
So I think it literally is all on him, where the other two you mentioned, it might be shared a bit. Look, they're still probably going to get their 20-25.
I still think, and I know Salah's looking very isolated at the moment. I know he didn't score the other day, missed that sitter as well.
How random. Liverpool to score 9 and no Salah.
No assist.
No assists, no goals.
And he missed an open goal. But he's still wicked. Like, he's still amazing.
Still great.
So I still think I think I'm got still some mileage in my prediction that he doesn't get the golden boot. And the last one to explore, hear me out, flop. Because of the bar. Not because of
but your bar's only been 15 goals.
But no, but
your bar's only 15.
I don't think that's my personal.
So flopping in
society.
Your eyes of society. Okay.
Society, because I think society is saying that. Look, you know how people have the audacity. Not me. I don't agree with it. But people will tell you that City have had a bad season if they win the league. It's mental. But people will tell you that City have had a bad season if they win the league. Guardiola's underachieved. What? He's underachieved. Last season he underachieved. Why? Because he won the league, and that's not enough. Is a poor or is losing a final in Istanbul or not getting to a final in Istanbul, is that unacceptable for Erling Haaland and what he's been brought in to do? When you buy a player like Haaland, when you get rid of Jesus and you get rid of Sterling and you allow Haaland to be the man, effectively what Manchester City have done there is do their best to buy their way to a European Cup. Yeah. That's what he's meant to be the difference for, right? Yeah. Is it a flop if they don't? I know you don't think it. I know that we agree on this.
No. I don't think it is.
We have to look at it from society's point of view, not ours individually.
Yeah. But I don't even think... The thing is, see, like if Man City right now were to play a final against Real Madrid, who've had a good pre-season as well, and they've made some good signings, I don't automatically think Man City have to win this one. It's Real Madrid.
No, but they have to win it cumulatively. Like, this is the thing. They've been trying to win it for so long that ultimately you got to win one, because it's 1 out of, what will it be now for Guardiola? 7?
No, if you go back to Bayern Munich, 1 out of 9.
Yeah,
he didn't win it. Bayern Munich, so you're talking he's not won it with that great Bayern Munich team.
Yeah, so it's 9 or 10.
So I think won it immediately after he left. I think.
And then you look at why they haven't won it. The teams that they've gone, like, you've got to remember, like, Man City went out of the European Cup to Tottenham. That's not acceptable. Man City went out of the European Cup to Monaco. Didn't Leon do them? Leon was Leon.
Leon did. So I think it's Leon, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Tottenham, Chelsea. I think that's the 5.
I think that's why Haaland's in there now. So if Haaland doesn't deliver that, which is effectively his raison d'etre, if your purpose is the European Cup and you don't achieve the European Cup, I think winning the league is mesmerising and amazing, and it would make it 5 out of 6 years where they've won it.
I don't think it's a slight on Haaland though. It's almost a bit like the Ronaldo thing last season when United flopped and Ronaldo's like, well, I've done my job. I've got 24 goals for you. Yeah. You've asked me to come in and do what I do. Yeah. Get the goals for us. Important goals, Champions League goals. I've done it all. I achieved that. The rest flopped. So I think it's more the look at the overall squad, and like they've been leaky. I mean, they're leaking goals, which is weird for 3 against Newcastle, 2 against Man City, 5 goals in 2 games. Should have been 6.
Yeah.
So I think he's coming to get the goals. He will get big goals, important goals, mate. But there are other great number 9s in world football that will equally do things. Kane would do it. Lewandowski's already doing stuff for Barcelona. Yeah. Benzema's not going away. Yeah. We wait to see what Núñez would do. So it ain't going to be easy.
Overall, lad, as my friend, I've had a howler here.
You've had a howler. You had a howler. And you know this, like, social media doesn't let you hide with this one.
No, but social media I disregard. Because it...
Mate, even I came for you on Twitter.
If you disagree and, like, your friends look out for you. The subscribers on this channel, for example, will look out for you a bit. Because it's like a friendship community.
No, but what you did, I think, though, was brave. Because everyone's come in and given him the golden boot. You're like, 1 second, lads.
I didn't think
Slow down a bit. Like, he's not, look at what's around. 6 goals though,
True.
6 goals in 4 games.
The easiest thing to have done would have gone, well, he's going to be great. But I just didn't think it, honestly. And maybe I'm scorned because of Chelsea strikers over the years.
That's what it is.
Do you think I've been hurt so many times?
It must have been. I think Werner and Havertz. I think Havertz hurting you more than Werner, because you said that Werner was rubbish before he even kicked the ball. Havertz, you thought, a bit of Berbatov in him.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't worked.
And do you know what? It's cumulative, man. Do you know who? I'm still burning from Chris Sutton, but everything that's come since. Everyone that's come since. And do you know the one that really got to me?
Can I guess? Go on. Wait,
played for his CV's amazing.
Kesma, Morata. And the funny thing is, he's still going to get a good
Morata.
move. Morata's played for the best clubs in the world.
His CV's unreal.
It's incredible,
mate. Unreal.
It's incredible.
This has been.
Wait 1 second. Now, before you go, how many goals did Haaland get then? Because you said 15. Have you shifted to the point where you add another 10 to that?
I maintain that he won't win the Golden Boot.
Would he get 25 goals in the Premier League?
There's so many.
I'm just asking the question.
There's so many.
Just asking the question.
Just
For the team that create more chances than anyone, the team that scores more than anyone.
No, he won't. Like Nicolas Anelka was amazing, right?
Yeah.
He won a Golden Boot with 19 at Chelsea.
Let me tell you something about Nicolas
19.
Anelka. Let me tell you something though, very quickly. He had Ferdinand, Vidic, Stam.
Yes, different.
He had those monsters to get on with. No disrespect to what's going around now, but you look at what's going. I mean, he's going to play against 5'9" Lisandro Martinez. You know what I mean? He's got those.
No, he's not going to get 25. He's not.
Friendly.
We'll go for dinner.
Yeah?
Bottle of wine.
Where?
Somewhere good. Loser buys dinner. Sub
right,
25. Sub 25.
Plus 25.
Whoever wins the bet chooses a restaurant.
Thought Nando's.
Right. Game on.
Right, well done.
Right, done. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. I can't say that I have, but I do appreciate your support in watching it. Make sure that you subscribe to my dear friend Ade Oladipo. Hit the link to his channel is in the description below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sure you will. Have a wonderful bank holiday in a bit.